T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to USARK and all USARK members. If you don't know what USARK is, don't be ashamed. Just go ahead and click the third link in the description below. See what USARK is all about, okay? You never know when legislations are going to hit your backyard, so that's why it's very important to consider becoming a USARK member today. These numbers really do matter, and they look at it for consideration when it comes to battling legislation. So first and foremost, thank you, Phil Goss. Thank you to anybody out there who partners up and volunteers with USARK organization. Thank you for anyone out there who's a USARK member. And if you can't become a USARK member today, please talk about it on your platforms. Let your neighbors know, let all your pet stores know what USARK is here for, and it's here to fight for our animal rights. Thank you to every USARK member and USARK supporter out there. True.
All right, what's up, everybody? I'm back, Krista, with the Girls Who Love Reptiles podcast on the one and only Trap Talk Reptile Network. Tonight's a really special episode. We have Amanda here, episode 46 from PJ's Creation. She's both a part of the Trap Talk Patreon and the V Unit Patreon, and so we're really, really excited to talk about community tonight, what projects she's into, and her role in the snakes and reptiles. So really, really excited to have her on tonight. So if you are new here, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button, notification bell, so you get notified whenever we go live. We are 7 days a week talking about a wide variety of species with awesome guests on. So again, if you're new, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and all the descriptions would be in the description below to follow Amanda and both Eric from PJ's Creations, as well as joining the Trap Talk Patreon. And so with that, I'm going to talk about our sponsors real quick, and then I'll bring Amanda in and we'll say hi to all you lovely people in the chat. So of course we got ReptiCo, official sponsor of the Girls Who Love Reptiles podcast. So we have Channing. She is the daughter of Dawn and Billy Rice from Rice Reptiles. She has started her own reptile business, breeding high-end, high-quality hognose and crested geckos. I know they have other species on the horizon as well. So if you haven't already, follow official ReptiCo on Instagram, follow the ReptiCo on MORPH Market, as well as the Rice family on Instagram, and then also on YouTube. They've been doing a great job putting out amazing YouTube content every week. So again, please follow both Channing and the Rice family. And then, of course, none other than Blake from Blake's Exotic Feeders, bringing you to the highest quality quail you can get. So if you're one that feeds quail to your animals, reach out to Blake, tell him that you come from the trap, and then he'll get you set up right with high quality quail. And then, of course, we got the Reptile Super Show. I was able to go to Pomona just this past weekend, my first one, the LA Pet Fair. Got to meet Rami in person. It was a great experience, busiest show I've ever been to. Just another level. Really excited to go back in the future. But again, was a fantastic show, and happy to have Rami support the network. And then we will finish it off with a clutch. So if you're looking for a way to organize all your ball python pairings, your family history, being able to track clutches back, as well as with other users, don't go ahead and don't be afraid to download Clutch and use that. I'll be excited to get that started up once I move here in a few weeks with my own collection. But I know Summer and Justin, all those at Canova, as long as Sebastian with Clutch, are doing a great job and are coming out with new features and to make it the best that it can be. And with that, we'll bring on Amanda and we'll get the show started. Hey, Amanda, what's up?
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, let's say hi to all these people in the chat for you first. So, of course, Eric, first in support. I think that's awesome. husband there is supporting you tonight. So that's great to see that. You guys make a great team. And then we have Joey from JJ Snake Experts. I honestly am so bad. I cannot remember who's in which Patreon, but I know you're in the V unit. I think he's in the trap too, but I forget which one. He's in the trap too.
Yep.
I know I want to get in trouble because I can't remember who's
I'm
in
on-
what, but I can't remember. We got Mike. Big Mike's been here for almost every episode. We got above all scales, Mr. Shane here. It was awesome to see him in person at Trap Fest 2. Trap Fam Patreon member all day, every day, and V-Unit fam. We got Big E, Top G, Fam and the unit. It was great. Hang out with Emilio as well. We got Dylan, Trap Talk, and V-Unit. Thanks for tapping in, Dylan. This is a cute comment too from Eric. Oh, Shane. Thank you, Shane. Thanks, Shane. Here, I'll bring it back up once we're done with the comments. It'll let sit there. We have Wendy here, so that's the mother-in-law. That's awesome. That's super cool. I love it when the family's like in the chats. We have Aurora. Thanks for tapping in. James. Yeah, a lot of people are here.
Thanks, guys.
Ryan. And I'll finish it up with Dawson. Hey, Amanda. Stranger Geek Exotic.
Hey, Dawson.
Thanks for tapping in. Party foul. Krista, what does that mean? Party foul. I don't know what that means.
It's okay.
He'll explain it probably, or send me a DM. But I'll thank you so much, Shane, for the super chat. Thank you guys all for tapping in. So how's your weekend been? How's the 4th of July?
Oh, it's been great. My mom came in town from Oklahoma, so
Cool.
we got to spend the 4th of July with her. And my kids used to be terrified of fireworks, and they actually were shooting everything off this year. So it was really fun.
Very
Out
cool.
with neighbors.
What was that?
We hung out with our neighbors.
Oh,
Just let the kids shoot everything off.
awesome. That's pretty fun. It was super hot too. I mean, you guys are only like 2 hours from me, but it was hot, so hot.
Eric was on his smoker, bless his heart, but fire.
What did he cook?
He did some chicken, some hot, spicy barbecue chicken, because that's what I like. And then he did some like garlic and herb smoked chicken for the kids and some corn on the cob.
Wow, that sounds like fantastic. Oh, sounds so good. It was a really good one for me too. I had like a work get together with somebody's they have a pool, so we went over there and just had like a huge pool party for the whole day. Everybody brought like food. I think they cooked like burgers, brats, and then everybody else just like brought stuff, but it was a great time.
Yeah. Potlucks are the best. Everybody brings a side and get down.
We pretty much did that all day, and then I got pretty wiped out, so I came back. They only lived like 5 minutes down the road from me, so I came back. I was falling asleep on the side of the pool, and I was like, all right, it's time to go back.
Out of here.
Yeah, you can't see. I did get a little sun. Maybe it's getting pale already. I did not get burned though.
Well, good. I burn every time.
Yeah, I just about almost did on my shoulders, but I was trying to be good about sunscreen. So
I protect that skin.
yes, the fair skin that we have indeed burns very easily. So yeah, when I move, I'm gonna have to just keep like a closet full because I'm terrible at putting on sunscreen. I really am. I'm terrible at it. Always have been. So
yeah, I hear they have a bigger variety of sunscreen down there, so you'll find something you like.
Something I always put on this, whatever, the SP70 maybe, just because otherwise I just burn anything less than that. So
yeah, but we just stayed home, man. Hang out with our neighbors, let the kids run.
I bet they had a great time. They're out they're out of school, right, for the summer and everything.
Yep, out for the summer, driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to my kids because they're my biggest fans.
We'll bring them up in the show for sure because I've met them in person. They're awesome, but I also want to know how you like juggle that along with all the snakes and reptiles. So we can start from the beginnings. My favorite question to kind of ask is like the journey or how you got to what you're doing now. So kind of tell us about that, how you got into the reptiles and go from there.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even touch snakes 2 years ago. it was really Eric's dream, something he wanted to do after we lost one of our kids. He found Brian Barczyk on YouTube and he fell in love with the science. And I was like, well, if you want to do this and be successful, I'm going to have to get over my fear. So when you're gone working 12-hour days, 16-hour days, I can, you know, pick up the slack, you know. So it's really started there, and I had to work every day with them, getting them out. I started with the hooks, and it took a long time, but yeah, I just slowly had to work with them. And my kids, they already weren't afraid of them, you know, because kids aren't afraid unless you really kind of just make them afraid. All of them will hold the snakes. They're not afraid to be bit. A couple of them have been bit. But juggling it, though, we've kind of just had to make a routine. Honestly, with them being on summer break, it's been a little challenging. I've had to switch up how I do the snake room because, you know, someone needs a snack, someone needs a diaper change, the baby's teething. So I've kind of had to take it down to doing like one rack a day. You know, like I'll do the hatchlings one day, do all their water, you know, check for their poop, all that stuff. And then I'll go do, you know, the bigger snake racks another day, and rats as well.
Yeah, we'll spend a decent time talking about that too. So really really you guys are a couple years in. How long do you think it got for you to be fully comfortable with them, you know?
Here.
A year? Okay.
It took me like a whole year. I took it really slow.
Yeah.
I started like just getting on TikTok because I didn't really know anybody on there. So it was kind of like a safe space. You know, I could just upload and not worry about it. So I just started by like petting them or, you know, moving them off the hooks with my hand and just like holding them for a minute and just kind of studying their body language too really helped me. I could just kind of tell when they were ready to bite me or if they weren't in the mood or, you know.
Yeah.
Some people say snakes don't have personalities, but I think some of them do for sure.
Oh yeah, some of them are definitely spicy and have their own. I got a few that are like that.
Those ones are the biggest challenges. Feel so good whenever you finally, you know, hold them or, you know, get them moved or something like that. But so yeah, with the kids being on spring break, I've really had to switch up my routine on how I can get all this done because right now is Eric's really busy time of year.
Yeah.
Work, so it's been a lot.
I can imagine with that. With the fear of the snakes, did that come just from like, you know,
So
general do you have experience?
I just had a bad experience.
Okay.
I had a girlfriend living with me in my first apartment. She had one, and I don't know, just I stared at its eyes too long or something.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
About python?
Yeah. Just normal. I don't know. I just all of a sudden had like this huge fear of them, like they were out to get me or something. Sounds so ridiculous now, but it's fairly common, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I see it at shows quite a bit. The people come more for like the kids, like we said, like the kid has no fear, but the parents are like 5 feet back, and you can just tell look on their face. They're pretty afraid. But you know, it took a year. You kind of got through that. How many snakes did you guys get that first year? Like, what was like that first combo that you guys got?
So really, first combo? What do you mean by that?
Like the first snake that you got, what morph was it?
So it was like our pinstripe girl, Lemony, a super pastel disco het pied. So like when we first started, we right off the jump, we got 3 breeder females.
Okay.
We were impatient. We didn't want to wait. And honestly, I'm still learning genes, and the whole gene side of thing are Eric's plans.
Okay.
They're on the board, so I can try and study and get this stuff down. I'm working on it. But yeah, and then we acquired some tri-stripe, some het tri-stripes, and a banana from a friend of Eric's. So
Okay.
that kind of kick-started things.
Yeah. And those first animals you got just based on like looks, or was there one, or were these ones that you saw like on Brian's video?
No, looks mainly. Eric wanted to get back up. So our first reptile show we went to, and we actually bought snakes at the show.
Okay.
We got a breeder pair. It was a black pastel female, and then a black pastel pied
Okay.
to make panda pieds.
Okay.
So that was our first real clutch plans, I guess, now that I think about it.
Yeah. So you guys got the 3 females, and then did you breed them immediately, or like when did you start breeding them?
Oh, I think he waited quite a while, because
Okay.
our first clutch wasn't until I think around spring.
Okay.
Maybe.
Was it the panda pie clutch or no? Okay. I remember when you guys posted that. You guys made how many? You made like 2 panda pies, right?
One got all the defects, and one was perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that clutch. Man, it seems like so. It took up the spring of last year.
That was December, I think.
Okay.
I'm probably wrong on all of this. And
That's all right. He'll probably comment. 6 months. Okay, because so about December. So you're right on. Yeah. Okay. So your first clutch was last year, and then how many snakes are you guys up to now, and how's the breeding going this year?
Pretty good. Breeding's going well. We have about 80 snakes right now. That includes hatchlings.
Wow, that's that's a lot to cover with. That's all right. I mean, I did about this. I probably did maybe close. I don't know.
We've already talked though. This is math.
you say that. But...
No, I mean it. My valuable. So is his. And I feel like if I get more than this, I won't be able to give them each the individual attention that I like to give them.
Yeah.
Especially with the hatchlings, I like to make sure that they're held and they're used to people and they're loved on before they go to their home.
How many babies do you have right now?
25.
25. Okay. So actually, whatever 80 minus 25 is like
incubator.
What was that?
And we got a clutch in the incubator.
Okay. So you have some more coming. So how many more this year do you got?
We have a girl about to lay in a couple weeks. And then I think that was only 3 or 4 eggs. Okay. They're big though, so.
Yeah.
Sometimes those small clutches are bangers.
Oh yeah. I think MJ, in his what was it, 3 or 4 eggs, and he hit that crazy. I forget if he's made it like super public yet. So
I was just like,
Yeah, I won't say anything super crazy until he shows it because I can't remember. But
I don't think he has.
Okay, I won't say nothing. But still, not many eggs, and he hit that. So yeah, you never know for sure.
A couple other girls we wanted to go, but kind of slow.
Yeah, mine was kind of slow. I mean, I didn't push it too hard this year because I am moving. I have a clutch that will pit. They're due next week. The 11th is day 55. Just ultramel pies. I try to breed some for ultramel head sunsets. One I saw bull wrapping pretty hard, and she didn't eat, and she's locked right now. She's been locked a few times, so I'm like, maybe I'll get lucky for a later clutch. I don't know. It seemed like some of them didn't want to go, or maybe they'll go later. But at this point, I'm like, with moving, I am okay with that. So yeah, I'll have the one clutch for sure. Maybe I'll get lucky with another one. We'll see. Oh, Eric's commenting. Yeah, we have 6 to 8 still building. 2 posts. Okay. So how many clutches total this year then? Sounds like quite a bit.
1, 2, 3. Well, our first clutch was 12 eggs, so that was large one. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 behind me.
Yeah.
4, 5, about 8.
And then 6 to 8 more building. 2. So yeah, you could have, I don't know, what is that? Almost 20 clutches.
I was counting those.
Oh, you're counting those. Okay. Yeah, he's copping a 5 on the ground. Okay. So a D. So yeah, that's for having one in December. Yeah, you guys are having, quite a lot of success this year. So that's pretty awesome. You said tri-stripe. What other like projects are those other pairings? I know the genes are hard, but to know, you don't have to go all specific on them, but
there's one I don't know if he wants me to talk about what his plans are with it.
Oh, that's good.
Go for some stranger clowns that he actually got from MJ. I think he's going for some pieds.
Okay.
People love pied.
Oh yeah.
And of course the tri-stripe. We were really hoping for 2, but we just got the 1.
That one's really pretty. It's really it's OD, you think, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's shed again, so when he has time, I'd like him to look at it again.
Yeah.
The markings on it are, how they are when they're babies. They change so much when they shed. Other than that, I honestly don't know. I really just leave all that to him, and I do the TLC.
Yeah, that's okay. He's common here. So tragic. I've seen that, or I've seen you guys post that. That's probably a relatively gene that maybe people watching don't know. Can you explain a little bit more on what it does or what you think it does?
It's a newer gene. That's the biggest thing I know about it. It's a newer gene. Like 4 or 5 people have it. And it's a dark gene.
Okay.
It's got the iridescence, like he's so dark. And it kind of like does some pattern.
Okay, jumbles up the pattern. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you said lab clown stuff. Okay. Yeah, I've seen you guys post a few pictures from like Celtic, right? I know they have it.
That's who we got it from.
Okay.
Who got it from Chris.
Okay.
The COCO dude.
Okay. Very cool. So yeah, seems like you guys are doing like clown, ultra, a little bit of quite a bit. Is that something well, it's hard. Well, with the gene direction, have you guys, are those projects you want to continue going forward? Do you want to add more stuff or?
I'm probably going to get hate for this, but clown is all him. I don't really care. The stuff I like is like calico. I want to do dreamsicles.
Those are pretty.
Really nice lavenders from Emilio. The male's getting up to size, so
awesome.
I'm excited about that. And I like pied stuff. Yeah, I think they're all beautiful, to be honest with you. I'm not real picky on it.
On the patterns stuff.
They have that one thing that they really like, and I just want.
Yeah.
Me them all.
Yeah, it's hard. I kind of, in the beginning, I felt like I was going a lot of different directions, and then now I finally, like with the move, I condensed even more, and now I'm like happy with.
Time to think about it, though.
I mean, I think it depends on what you want out of it. I mean, I just want to stay really small, but then work the projects that I have like out the wazoo, as far as like the incomplete dominance and what's being done with it. I don't want to do like a couple clutches this, couple clutches of that, and be like way too spread out. But that's just me personally. I don't think there's like a right way to do things, obviously. But my brain works a little better that way if I can just be like kind of ultra.
Yeah, I just leave it to him on that.
Yeah,
I'm undecisive. I like things.
Yeah, that's good that you have him then, so that you're
the brains.
Yeah, otherwise you would be like, woo, keep everything.
I love everything.
Yeah. Yep. So and your role is more of like the cleaning, feeding, TLC. How do you how do you guys prepare babies for homes? Like, do you spend an X amount of time with them per week, or like what's that look like?
They have to at least have like 5 to 7 meals. That's how we do it. At least 5 to 7 good meals. And we really communicate with people before we sell to them. Like, do they have the right husbandry? You know, do they know what temperatures they need? And Eric always gives out his phone number, like especially with MORPH Market customers. Like, he'll give out his number anytime you have a question. Text me, call me.
Yep.
That's the kind of guy he is, because, you know, at the end of the day, those are our babies.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure they're actually being taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so does he, but
Mm-hmm.
so really we just make ourselves available. Some people really get on the questions and want to ask you a million questions, get 100 videos at 3 different angles.
Yep.
Sometimes it's okay, but other times it's just like, dude, I already sent you a video. I already showed you the facts. Like, but Eric's a nice guy. He deals with it.
Yeah. Is he more of like the customer person, or do you guys share that? Okay. So he's more of the customer
I
person.
MORPH Market to him.
Okay.
And
I think the mother-in-law is he easy to get out, or is he?
out
Yeah, you can if you want. Maybe like a quick look at him.
1 second.
Just because I mean, that is a pretty unique gene. Oh yeah, another Amanda in here.
So he is a tragic redhead het pied.
Okay, so he does have redhead in him too. Okay, interesting.
Belly is kind of different too. It's not really picking up on this camera, but the coloring is just different.
Yeah, I could tell it's pretty dark. It's hard to like with the redhead to know how that's impacting it as well. But I mean, the redhead, like, I feel like redhead just probably is adding a little bit to that burgundy-ish color. But
Yeah.
cool though. Yeah, I could tell how it walks out the pattern, and yeah, I can tell that it's like dark. So, what does it do anything like in pied specifically, or
I don't know. I'm
don't
not
know? Okay, maybe it's something we don't know.
think it's really been put to that much.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why he's trying to kind of go a whole different route than what he's seen other people going.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole point, right? Is to see what it does with everything.
Yeah, I think it would be cool. Is there like a super?
I don't think so.
Okay. Interesting. Cool.
He was pretty sassy when we got him, so.
Yeah, he seems chill. Yeah, he's chill. Yeah, Eric commented he's like camera makes him pretty light, so I don't know. He looks dark to me, but I'm sure in person he's much darker.
All right, you want to go back?
Yeah, you can put him back. Yeah, pretty cool. It's really dark. Oh, okay. So Eric's trying to hit a super. That's super tragic. There's a super nice, Dylan. Nice.
Yeah, he's kind of getting into breeding mode, so he wants to go find his ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, my ultra head sunset's kind of like doing that, but I've not really like been pairing him that much, so he's just kind of been sitting there, so
he'll be okay.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He's just been off food for like, I don't know, a week or two. I'm sure he'll be fine. I started like condensing stuff down, so I moved him into another rack, and so he's probably like angry because of that. So probably
he's just on strike.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them probably will when I move. So I try to feed them like a little bit heavier this past couple weeks because I won't feed them like a week before moving because I don't want them to all like poop in the bags as I'm in the car for a couple days. So
yeah,
I'll probably feed like the less than 500 gram ones probably next week. Just like give them a little extra meal, and then I think they'll be good for the following week. So
yeah, it should be good.
Yeah. So yeah, Eric, I'm just making sure I'm not missing any comments in here. So as far as like trying to sell the babies, like because you guys are having a lot of clutches this year, have you talked about if you mostly want to be online? I mean, or you want to do shows? You know, we know in this area there's a ton of show me shows. You know, there's a lot more shows in Kansas City. So are shows part of your guys' plan too, or
In the future, yeah. As most of you know, we have a football team of kids. So,
how many kids? How many kids do you have?
what's that?
How many kids do you have? I mean, I know, but
Altogether, we have 8.
okay.
We're a blended family. One's in heaven. That's who PJ is. If no one knew that, sometimes people call me PJ, and I'm like, nope. I just want her name to keep being said.
Yep. Yep. Oh, what were you saying before?
When our youngest kids get a little bit bigger, so like our youngest is 6 months. I just had him before Christmas. When they're a little bit bigger, then we'll do some shows, I think. But I don't want to have kids at the show. Working anyway.
It would be hard. It would be a lot, and especially if like Eric's gone or something, then that would make it like pretty much impossible.
Yeah, I've seen people do great with their kids at shows, but like not with 5 of them behind you. You know.
That is a little much. Usually at the shows, they're either running around or they're like on a tablet or something I've seen, and they're just like in the back. But again, it's just like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So.
In the future, yeah, we want to. But for now, we have a buddy in Arizona that is doing a show that might be taking some of our snakes that we don't sell. And other than that, we do MORPH Market. We do really well on there.
Cool. Is it just on MORPH Market, is it mostly local people finding you, or people from all over the country?
Both.
Okay.
Both, yeah. He will do like the $10 ad or whatever on there occasionally, but I suggest it. We've sold out of snakes last year.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. It's good to have success when you're early. MORPH Market's been fantastic for me too. I have no complaints. I was able to sell, I think I don't know, clown pie clutch. I maybe had 1 animal left, so I just auctioned it, and then I got more from what I had it listed at for like a month or 2. So I was like, hey, that works, you know.
There you go.
Some of the stuff that I condense, I just auction because it's like whatever I want it sold before my move. But yeah, for the most part, at least the stuff I make, I've just listed it and sold fine or at shows. But again, I mean, I only, like you guys too, only started out with like, I had 4 clutches last year, so not a crazy amount to be able to like test the process. And
it was a little scary at first because you're like, I get stuck with all of these, but luckily our first couple of customers were neighbors. So,
cool.
Community super important, people. Talk to your neighbors.
We will talk about that the second half of the show for sure. That'll be a large part of it. MORPH Market. Yeah, I've had love MORPH Market. The shipping, all of that's just been fantastic. So
super easy.
It's just like the press of a button, it all populates. The price is crazy. Like I cannot imagine like going back to paying like $100 to like ship. I'm so used to like the $30 now. Yeah.
Spoiled now.
Yeah. And even buying the shipping supplies, they usually ship it like that same day or next day, and you get it like super quick. Like whenever I email them, they email back fast. Like,
oh yeah, it's always immediate reply.
Yeah. No, they've been great. So it's awesome you guys are, use that early on. I know there's a lot of like sometimes just like grumblings in the overall market and MORPH Market itself and not selling. And I know it's difficult overall right now, but just kind of have to roll with how things are going and still love the animals and not worry so much about all the prices and price droppings and all that, because you can't control it, right? So why worry about something you can't control?
Right. As long as my animals are being taken care of when they're being shipped and they're safe, that's really all that should matter.
Yeah. Yep, exactly, for sure. Yeah. So back to the kids, and they handle the snakes like quite a bit. Is that part of your way to get them used to the snakes, but also snakes used to kids?
I never really thought about doing that to get the snakes used to kids. That's a good idea. But no, they just, I think they got really interested because we were letting them help name them. So that kind of really sparked the interest at first. My 5-year-old daughter, though, she's like...
She reminds me of myself a little bit.
Yeah, she loves animals.
Yeah.
She loves anything from a spider to a rat to a snake. Like, any creepy crawly, she wants it to be her pet.
Yeah, which makes it hard, like when they're that young, obviously, with like the circle of life thing. But I think like, showing like kind of, I don't say marketing a little bit, but showing other potential customers how your baby snakes are raised with kids and stuff could be a pretty good like angle that maybe some other people don't have that could help set you apart too.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I know people are sometimes like weirded out about putting their kids on social media so much, which makes sense, but you could also like cut off the face or something. Like obviously tell that a child's like kind of holding it or whatever, but
see, like whenever our pinstripe clutch hatched, Mia was in my videos because she wanted to pull apart all 12 ball pythons, and she wanted them to be organized in the tub. And I always ask my kids if they want to be on my social. Hey, can I upload you, or do you want to be in the video? As long as it's like appropriate, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to exploit my kids,
Yeah.
But they have to.
Oh, I just think it'd be, I don't know, pretty cool, unique getting them. I wonder if those snakes are more accustomed to being handled by kids like in a kid home or something like that. I'd be interested from a behavioral kind of standpoint. So
yeah.
So you guys are you have a lot of clutches this year, sounds like. So you kind of talk a little bit about the rats and how that got started, because I know you guys are doing your own rat production. So kind of talk about that.
So where do I begin? Eric was helping an old friend with his whole rat production. Learned everything from him, bought his old racks off of him because he switched to ARS. And I was like, okay, honey, 2 is cool, because it was up to almost $200 for rats. And that's grocery money when you got kids. Like, they need fruit snacks and strawberries.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, especially with groceries, man. I can't imagine I cannot imagine nowadays growing up with that many kids.
So it started out with like a couple racks, enough to feed our collection at the time, and it was cool. And he like,
thundering.
Oh, is that thunder?
Yeah, it looks like a heavy storm's coming. My internet's still good, but yeah, we'll see if I lose power. Anyways, continue on. But yeah, you can hear rumbling in the background. That's what that is.
It started out with 2, and now we're at like, I don't know, 6, like 8 or something. 8 racks of rats. So then we have a couple customers, and of course my neighbors that bought snakes from us, they send their kid to come buy a rat every week. It's the cutest thing ever.
That's cool. He just gets like the one rat.
What's that?
He gets one rat.
Well, each kid does. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They each bought one ball python.
Okay.
But so yeah, that was a lot of learning. That was kind of my first adventure on kind of coming into all this more. Because I was rat queen for a while until I got pregnant and I couldn't bend down and do it.
When did the rats start? How long ago was that?
Winter. Eric, help me out here. Brain, okay?
It's okay. I didn't know that was super much a thing until like Carly in the trap chat. Like,
yeah, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing. No, I get it now. I feel for you guys now, baby, because I'm just like, what is she talking about? And I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
okay.
really. It will make you forget everything. I remember it was cold outside 18 months ago. So yeah, it's been a while.
And so how many, and this is all Norwegian rats, how many, I mean, you said 8 racks. How many rats is that about?
We do the large utility tubs from Home Depot, and we do like 1 to 5.
Okay.
That's
And you,
the sweet spot. The
okay.
way.
That's about what I had mine at, was like 1 to 4, 1 to 5. I just
We tried to go like 1 to 6, 1 to 7, and then like the females would start fighting, or you know, just stuff would start happening and numbers went down. So
okay. Yeah, I found that to be the sweet. Oh yeah, Eric's chiming in, trying to get to 50 colonies. Okay, yeah, that's a decent amount. I just had somebody pick up my last rat racks yesterday, so kind of bittersweet. I bought like a Vision one. It's in this room over here. It's all set up, but it's empty, so I'll move that with me and kind of start new in Florida. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you're still gonna do that, because yeah, it really helps a lot when you have a collection. And you can walk over, get what you need. If they don't eat it, you can throw it back.
And I kind of like it because it does give you like a little bit while you're waiting for the snakes and stuff. Like it does make you feel good that you see them producing and doing well, and being like self-sufficient is so like, ever since I started breeding, kind of was self-sufficient because I never let my snake collection get like super out of control. So it was always just nice to be able to feed and not really have to like buy any. So
Right? Yeah, it adds up quick.
And I think for me it was costing about 120, 130 a month, and that was with like, I don't know, 40, 50 snakes. So it's actually not too bad. I don't know, I feel like it's not too bad.
Yeah, it becomes a lot. So we decided, you know, we're already going in this. Might as well go all the way in, and that includes breeding your feeders.
And yeah, because you can't be successful within this without the rodent production, the feed. If you can't feed them, you can't breed them, and it just stalls the whole process. And I mean, I'm sure there's a really big need for in Kansas City. There was nobody in Columbia that breeds them. I was very quiet, not to let people know that I was breeding a lot, because I didn't have enough to sell to a lot of people.
Yeah, you didn't want to turn people away.
No, I had like one person buy. She's bought like 2 or 3 snakes from me, so I allowed her to like come and get some. She's the one that actually took Rose from I think McBride. Yeah, McBride. I'm trying to remember the EMOM. I think it's I'm gonna forget the name. Anyways, I'll share them on my Facebook so you follow them later. But I forget the name of it, their business name. But yeah, she came in, is the one that bought all the rat racks. So she set up like a new building for them, AC and everything. So they're going to like a good help.
Awesome.
So
yeah, it's the way to go. It's dirty work, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
I'd like to start doing a mice colony, because, you know, there's going to be some hatchlings that don't want to eat a rat. And mice always do the trick usually. So we've been talking about doing that.
Okay. Would you set them, where do you have like a shed for the rats, or how is it like set up currently?
Garage.
Okay. And you do that. I mean, that's why I had mine in there. I mean, I don't know. Those guys are kind of like indestructible because, you know, I had like a fan or whatever on them, but like that was it. And those guys are still like breeding and doing fine in there when it was hot. So I'm like, these guys are like amazing rats to me, because I mean, it was like probably hotter than what they could.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were fine. They have water, food, they were breeding. I noticed no difference really.
Probably just drinking more water. Yeah, our garage has the AC in it. It's connected. So they got that, 2 big barn fans. If it gets too bad, I crack the door out there, but generally it's good. Eric's going to be building it like walls out there to actually enclose it.
Okay. That's what he just commented. Rat room being built. So you guys will create your own sort of room for that. Probably the mice, because I don't think the mice do super well breeding like in the same room as rats, correct?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think they're a little more sensitive. I don't know. I don't breed mice because I could be totally wrong, but oh yeah, he said three mouse colonies for the babies. Okay, so not super a lot.
Yeah.
And then oh yeah, okay, so yeah, you guys got one of the racks from me too. Yeah, so that one's full. Okay,
Oh,
glad
yeah,
that
there's a really tall one out there, I think.
yeah, it's doing well for you. Still holding up.
I gotta stand on a milk crate to get up there.
Yeah, I have like a step stool. I have because I had two of those other big ones. I had to get a step stool to get on top of those. But they, yeah, they're pretty well made. I mean,
I like them.
I've never had any chew outs from them.
I haven't on small tubs, but I have on big tubs. I had like 2 in 1 week, like 2 weeks ago. So I don't know if it's one rat that just likes to chew or what.
Maybe so.
I will find it.
Find and feed off. Oh, Eric commented if the mice are brought up from babies. Oh, okay. I've been told to do okay. Okay. They probably might eat the first litter, but hopefully after that they'll be okay. We'll just see. Oh, it's raining. Like
yeah, it's something I still gotta read about. We had just briefly talked about it because of the babies we have now. So
yeah, because you guys are having a lot of clutches, so you're gonna need a lot of rodents.
Yeah, luckily I only have 3 that out of all 25, only 3 of them are being picky.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah, I was surprised because last year it was a little different.
And you started them on the babies on rat pups then? Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Like not pinkies, but just like pups. You started them on that, or was it?
So I think
like
start with like the ones like this, but if they wouldn't eat that, then I would do a pinky.
Okay.
Just to, sometimes they're little scaredies.
Yeah. Probably like the ones that just have like a little teeny tiny amount of hair on it. What do you guys like? What's the feeding that you feed the rats?
What is it? Missouri, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I've had mine on the Combach just because I can get it at Boot
No,
Height.
I think it is the K1.
The K1, okay.
Yeah. Kimball?
Yeah, Combach, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
It's a strange name. Yeah, it's a strange name. It's probably somebody's like name, so I'm sorry whoever came up with the feedback, but okay. Yeah, it's interesting.
The white orange one, yeah.
Yeah, Combach, yeah. Yeah, that's the one I get, right? Just because I get it from Boot Height here, I can pick it up. It's like $24 a bag or something like that. So
yeah, it was on sale last time. Eric got some, so he got like 5 bags of it.
Oh, 5 counts. I try to pick up a lot because there's times where I go and they're like out, so I try to like hoard them. Well, I don't have to anymore until I move, I guess, but hoard them when I bought them.
Mark
so.
have backups, that's for sure.
I will say I won't miss clean the rats for a few weeks. I'm gonna enjoy that break.
Well, it's my favorite in the winter.
Oh heck no, yeah.
It's gotta be done though.
It's gotta be done. It is satisfying when you are all done. Like I get a little bit of a high, like when you walk in there after you clean it, it's like all clean. It smells like good. Even though it only lasts for a few days, it still is like a fantastic smell to it. It's like a really clean rat room. You should just bottle that up and like sell it or something.
Nice.
Cleaning them is Eric's like I miss cleaning them too. Clean them, I don't know, like it's also so satisfying when the absorbent like does its job and you just like dump it and it just like all like comes out and then it leaves like nothing on the bottom. It looks like a freaking like a clean branded tub.
It's
That's like
spray and it's good.
Yeah.
That Dawn spray dish soap.
Do you guys have a pressure washer that you clean them with?
Yeah, it's like an attachment on my hose.
Okay. I'll probably have to do that when I move too, because it looks like that has a high pressure, it can clean them out pretty well.
Yeah, it does, and it has like a ton of different settings. You can move the nozzle like at a different angle if you need to. Really helps.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Just seeing if there's any. Yeah, he says Kalmbach. I'm just seeing if there's any questions before we kind of move to the. I know Phoenix is like. Because, yeah, we're already like almost an hour in. What I'll probably do is I'll do some commercials real quick and then we'll come back and then we'll kind of hit the meat of the episode is the community and all that fun stuff. Let me see here. All right, we'll be right back.
Sorry for the interruption, folks, but a quick word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Devin.
I'm Teresa, and we are Pragmores. We are based in Czech Republic, a small country in the middle of Europe.
We really love animals that revolve around multi-recessive projects, and one of our very favorites is Hypo. We're really looking forward to clutches that are coming this season, and some of those are Hypo Clown, DG Clown, Hypo DG Clown, and one of our all-time favorites, Hypo Puzzle.
Hope you enjoyed the next episode on Trap Talk, the greatest reptile network in the world.
If you guys want to see next level cutting edge ball python projects, please make sure you head over to their Instagram to follow all their amazing work and head over to their website to see what they could possibly have available by heading over to progmorphs.com. Thank you again, Devin and Teresa, for bringing some of the biggest heat worldwide in the ball python game. If you want to be organized, if you want to be cutting edge in the ball python game, then you don't want to miss this. Shout out to today's sponsor, and that's Clutch, #1 ball python organization app in the game. No better place to start off than by using this app. Clutch is an organization app that helps you organize all your ball python projects. It also helps your peers and your fellow community members look at what you possibly have coming for the upcoming ball python season, what you have currently available on MORPH Market. It's so awesome to be ahead of the game by using organization app like Clutch. Thank you so much, the entire Clutch team, amazing team over at Clutch. If I were you, I would head over to Clutch's Instagram account, and I would also head over to their website, try it out, see how it works for you, but especially if you're just now coming into this, before you build your reptile collection, I would do it organized, and I would do it with Clutch. Thank you, Clutch, for being so amazing. Excited to hear what Clutch has to bring in the near future. Cheers. One of the biggest growths we have in the reptile industry today are the rare species of reptiles that aren't worked with. That's right. That's why I went ahead and partnered up again with Brian Susan over at SUNDOWN Reptiles. Brian works with species such as kahua geckos, gargoyle geckos, all species of tree monitors. He works with abronia and many other cool species geckos that you can check out all on his website. Head over to sundownreptiles.com, see what he has available. Brian's one of the best doing it in the reptile industry today. He's been on the show multiple times, so make sure you check out all of Brian Susan's episodes on Trap Talk Reptile Network. But more importantly, for the highest quality of captive bred reptiles, make sure you head over to sundownreptiles.com and make sure you give him a follow on Instagram. Thank you again, Brian Susan over at Sundown Reptiles. One of the things I love about being a part of the reptile industry is all the learning, okay? Learning can be fun, and I can prove that to you. Thank you so much to today's sponsor, Gary Scavino over at gs.reptiles. I highly recommend you head over to his YouTube channel, follow all this man's content when it comes to learning about rare species of snakes you could be keeping in the hobby, and also just finding out how easy a lot of these rare species of snakes are to keep in general. So thank you so much, Gary Scavino of GS Reptiles. Again, head over to his YouTube channel. Also head over to his Instagram to be on top of all of his current work and be ready for a big year over at GS Reptiles. Thank you so much, Gary, for your ongoing support. I really appreciate it. Cheers.
All right, cool, and we're back. How's the leopard gecko doing?
Great. She's in shed right now.
Yeah, I saw the picture you posted not too long ago. She still looks super orange.
Yeah, I think she's fully grown now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she should be. Yeah.
Big. She smiles at me. She doesn't try and bite me anymore.
That's good. She's finally settled down a little bit.
Yeah, but she's still super orange. She's
cool. Awesome. Yeah, it's good to hear they're still Are there any other species you guys want to get? Or get into, or just ball pythons?
We have ball pythons, a tortoise, a corn snake, a king snake.
Okay.
Our leopard gecko. I've always had animals as a kid, especially reptiles. My mom used to have like an iguana when I was a baby, and it would like be on my crib and stuff. But so I've always loved animals. That's always been like my soul.
Yeah.
Animals. So we have a lot of pets.
Okay. So a lot of pets, but just sticking with breeding the ball pythons then. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's fun to have other species, and just it gets hard because you have the itch to like breed them, but if you can restrain yourself and just have them as pets, I think that's like kind of ideal too. Because there's so much cool stuff out there. It's hard to like.
There really is, and I'm trying not to get into the whole breeding the king and breeding
Yeah.
the eggs. And I'm like, nope, I got enough going on. I'll just love the ones I got, and we'll be cool.
Yeah. Eric, he wants a berm, Krubo. Yeah, Chondro, you guys. I know. You've made a few comments.
He'll get one eventually. I told him we can do the bigger ones when the kids are a little bigger.
Yeah, that seems.
I have more time for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I can't stand. If you're going to have the animals, show them love. Give them your time. That's all they want.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just what they deserve too if we're gonna keep them.
Not all the time, but
Awesome. Oh yeah, your mother-in-law's like commenting here like no.
Future, Mom.
What was that?
In the future.
Oh, in the future. Yeah, my mom came over to help move some stuff this past weekend, and I don't know, after a few hours I got her to go in the basement, but she would not come anywhere like near the racks. My dad's a little more like curious about them. I got like the biggest one out just to like have them see how big they get. My mom was like on the other side of the room. She's like, "Don't bring it near me, please." Like she's pretty scared of them. So yeah.
Family wants nothing to do with the snakes.
Yeah, maybe over time. Maybe the geckos she'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. They are more cutesy, you know.
She allowed me to get them as a kid. I had like a green anole and a fire-bellied toad. So
that's cool.
Yeah, she said, yeah, she didn't allow me to get any snakes or anything, but she did allow me those amphibian and a lizard. So appreciative for that. But yeah, we can get into the kind of community stuff because I know that's really big for you guys. You guys are both, in the trap fan, the V-Unit fan. So tell us a little bit about like how that journey was in joining Patreon groups or finding the community.
Honestly, I was just living vicariously through Eric with the chats for a while because I did his social media, so I have access to his account. And he would like just, we talk to each other obviously, but so that's really how it all got started. Is he showed me, the community, and I just kind of like jumped in here. I didn't want to, interfere in his, guy time or anything like that, but he encouraged it. He wanted me to learn and, be able to keep up with him on what he's talking about. And this was a perfect way. And he knows I'm always on my phone, because I'm always posting for him or taking pictures or, doing my own little thing. But so he knew I'd do good in the chat because I'm always at home with the kids. I don't really have other adults to talk to be real with you. I don't have friends. So it's really, really changed a lot for me being in the V-Unit and in the trap, because I've felt like I've gotten to get ideas off of other like-minded people, or people that will just be straight up with you about, hey, that's not correct information. This is. And a big thing is you guys can debate, but not, talk trash, or you're talking about someone behind their back, or, slandering their name. It's just everyone's cool at the end and everyone can share their opinions. And I really respect that, because I feel like there's not enough of that in the reptile community and just in the world in general. So I just try and bring a lot of love and light wherever I go. And, whatever you put out into the world, it comes back to you. And this community's been beautiful to me. They've been so welcoming and just like nice. I don't know. That sounds basic, but I mean, everybody's been super nice and chill.
Representing the trap, short shorts,
Got my new
trap
merch,
us, 2012 best merch out there. Thank you, MJ.
really soft.
Yeah, so
I would
nice.
cut mine because I don't like my shirts up here.
Okay, I wondered. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, he give you like a different style one? Okay, no, you just like changed it. That's cool.
Just have flair, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool look. It looks really good. But yeah, there's not a lot of groups that will do those sorts of things that you were talking about. I bet like when I started, I joined like almost every Patreon group. Like I've been in a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah, I've
These
pretty
are my
much
ever.
two ever. I mean, now I'm not in so many. I dropped out of some.
Yeah.
I'm only in a few, which is like easier on the bank, but also like I felt like I wasn't really getting what I needed out of them. Yeah, not that they're like bad groups per se by any means, but you definitely just find who you gel with and who you don't gel with per se.
Definitely. And whenever I first started doing like snake content, I started on TikTok because I always heard how like savage Instagram people could be.
Yeah.
And how it's more prim and proper. So, and I wasn't used to any of that. I hadn't been on Instagram in years since I was in like, 10 years ago.
Yeah, same.
So I started on TikTok
Hmm.
and the community there was super warm and welcoming too. I saw a lot of people be rude, like in the comments and stuff. But generally it was just like, if you supported, like I would just go out and support people, like liking their stuff, and they would just do it right back. It was pretty simple. I mean, you'd have trolls, of course, but so then there was like going to be the ban or whatever. So I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Time to put on my big girl pants and get on Instagram.
Yeah.
But luckily by then I was more confident in myself. I had more practice with my camera, working with the snakes. So just really community's been there. It's there. You just have to have a good vibe, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think stuff is hard online because a lot of stuff can get misconstrued. Like, if you don't know the persons, a lot of times stuff can get misconstrued. But until you read like their tone, once you like get a feel for who that person is, then the tone that they come off of, and then when you meet them in person, it just kind of like reinforces the tone. So like that's been a thing that I think makes it hard online too, is like reading people. You're like, wait a minute, is he like mad, or is he like, how's the tone coming
Or
off?
being sarcastic, or
Yeah. I try to put emojis. I've learned to put emojis. If I don't put an emoji, it means I'm serious. If I put an emoji, probably means I'm like flirting a little bit, like I'm kidding around.
Ooh.
Yes.
Emojis.
Well, I mean, that's like the big thing. Like all these communities are online, right? So in order to like effectively communicate, you have to do it in like a tactful way, I guess, to get your point across. But I mean, no, I think both communities that we're in, they talk about real stuff that a lot of communities don't talk about day to day. Like actually, I'm trying to think of an example. Like the other day, what we were talking about, that was a pretty good conversation. Without going like obviously in too much detail.
What?
I think it was the scrambler stuff. I think it was like in the V unit.
Oh, unit chat, yeah.
Like we were just discussing it from different sides, like different opinions. But the way it was like going down, it was like a super good conversation.
It was super respectful. Everybody put in their own information or opinion that they had, and it was just like super easy. Like, why can't every interaction with people be that way?
Well, that's why we have what we have in the reptile world. And that's a lot of like
Makes me feel lucky for sure, because I can't deal with all that outside noise.
Yeah, I mean, you just learn to like unfollow those people, and then you don't see it. So that's what. And then if you can't see it, you can't think about it. So.
Yep, I've been doing that lately because I got to protect my peace.
Yes, because it can get taken away real quick if you're not like super careful, and you get dragged into things when people are like attacking you. Like one of the groups I was in, And MJ knows this, but they were, you know, bringing up MJ and stuff and talking about him. And I was like, hey, like, it's kind of one of my best friends. Like, you can't be doing that. And then it came up again. I was like, and I said something again. I was like, all right, I'm sorry, I'm out. You know, this is like one of my best friends. I can't be in this group if you're going to talk,
Yeah.
you know, negatively. He's one of the, you know, best friends in the game, has done a lot for me, and I'll always have his support. And so I left that group. So,
Ew.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna stick up for my friends, no matter what. I'm not just gonna sit there and be like, watch it happen, and be like, not stick up for. I mean, he's not there to defend himself. So, like, you know what? And that's a weird thing. Like, people have a problem with other people, but they won't come to you directly. They'll just, excuse my French, but bitch about it behind the scenes, and not like.
They'll just talk shit behind your back and smile
Yep.
in your face, and that's why I don't
Yep.
have friends really, because
Yeah.
everybody's nice to my face, but I know they don't like me, and that's fine. That's their loss. I got the circle of people that I know do like me, and that's where I'm going to focus my energy and my love and my time.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's I can't be fake either. I mean, I know that in my own family with family gatherings, like if I don't like you, like you will know, you will know, right? You know, I definitely have RBF, or I just, you know, stuff will come out and I get angry, but yeah, usually, yeah, you'll know. But yeah, I don't know. That's one of the biggest things I noticed joining in is there's like a lot of talk, but not like to the person you're frustrated with. You don't have the, I don't know, confidence or whatever you call it.
Right. We can't problem solve if we don't communicate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If we worked together more instead of trying to be like better than one another, things would be a lot better too.
Dylan. I feel like not in public. Sometimes if I'm deep in thought, I look like I do, but it's literally because I'm thinking about something else. But if I'm really angry, like, yes, you will tell by my tone of voice or something. I am real sassy or snippy.
Yeah, I have a hard time giving off different feelings than what I'm actually feeling.
Yeah. Is there any like specific, you don't have to go into specific names, but any like examples of, you know, community stuff you've seen, both positive and like maybe negative, maybe not towards you, but just like in general, like what's your overall take a little bit more like in depth? I don't know if it's a good question or not, but.
Things I've seen in community, I really, really didn't expect, but I'm seeing it and it makes me feel less nervous, you know, or embarrassed if something is going wrong with our production. People will ask like about their eggs molding, or, you know, if something's wrong with their snake, or even as far as plants, people asking each other about plants for their enclosures.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the kind of things like I didn't think people really talked about or shared. But there's no judgment. Like literally everybody's just there to help each other learn, and to educate each other. And I've loved seeing that, because I'm a rookie. I'm an idiot. I don't know a lot of this stuff. These people that have been doing it 10, 15, 20 years have been doing it. So it's been like a judgment-free zone, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's days where I wouldn't say we get into it, but there are days where, yeah, you could tell there's a little bit. I think it's because we're just like passionate about what we do, right? So sometimes we don't always agree like on projects or genes and stuff, you know, so there's always going to be that, but
not like real hate towards each other.
No.
Post at each other and laugh.
Yeah, it's like one big family, and I hope you guys can go to Trap Fest next year, because it really helps bring everything together when you see those people like in person. Then you can really, yeah, it's a real family.
It's the plan is in motion. We already have a babysitter for the kids. My youngest will be over a year old. So
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, it was so fantastic. It was so good to just get away for those few days. I feel like I came back like I don't not like a different person, but kind of like a different person.
Like refreshed.
Yeah, I've been in such a better mood ever since like coming back. Probably because I haven't, work's not been as stressful because now I'm sort of like on the way out. So it's kind of is what it is at this point. But yeah, it was a total much needed. I don't know, just like kind of flipped the switch a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of I just felt like the cloud was just kind of like poof gone. Now it's like whoa.
A spring break vacation. So, and I felt that way when I got back home. I was like, I was ready to get in here and do the thing. I was ready to do the rats. It was just like a light switch flipped. Yeah. It was just the ocean does something for you.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, because I had so much more motivation not that I did before. I had packed a lot of stuff beforehand, but I could just tell there was a little more of a motivation when I came in. Oh, MJ's here. Sorry I'm late. Damn, sick ass shirts. Yes, we gave you some love, my bro. Yeah. I love that I'm a trapper. When I wore that at Trap Fest, we were like in a breakfast restaurant. I had one lady come up to me and be like, "What's that about?" And so I like told her, and she actually like kept Reptile, so she was actually gonna like check it out, like and subscribe and all that. So it does work. She's like, "What's that mean?" You probably meant like in a strange way, And I was like,
great conversation starter.
Yeah, it was an awesome conversation starter for sure. So,
but yeah, plan is definitely to be there next year for sure.
Yeah, highly recommend. It was such a blast. Such a blast.
I was having FOMO.
I bet just from like the photos. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we did. Like the first day we did the taco tour, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I went to multiple taco places. Then Trap Fest was Friday. Saturday was like the Pomona show. Busiest show I've ever been to. Like it was hard to even really see much because there were so many people, but
MORPH market video and it looked pretty cool.
It was
reefs and
yes,
that kind of thing.
Super cool building. Yeah, for the bird for the fish.
I love birds.
You love birds. No, some of them creep me out, not gonna lie, because they're just like so smart. But there was a few of them where I was like, that one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll definitely have to come. And then Sunday we just did like a beach, like ocean chill day. Most people left. I chose like late, like a more so on Monday because Sunday there was just like overnight flights really, and I didn't really want to trust myself doing that. So I was like, I'll just leave Monday morning and be fine. So
yeah, I don't blame you. There's no rush.
Yeah. We guys will definitely have to come next year. I think there was like 60 to 80 people this year, so a decent amount.
Yeah, it looked like a blast.
And just reinforce like the community part of.
Yes, it really helps me putting faces with names because I'm terrible with names. I memorize most of you by your profile picture.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, it really does help because now the people that are like liking the stuff, I'm like, okay, now I know who that person was, and just reinforces the whole network aspect of it, putting faces to names. Yeah,
it's really nice because we literally chat in there every single day.
Yeah,
it'll be really nice to put faces with names.
Yeah, and seeing people that you do chat with every day, it sounds weird, but they are the same person that they are online as they are in person. I mean, this is like I guess I've seen MJ and Emilio several times now. So, yeah. So I've seen them a little more than one time, but yeah, I don't know. It's just cool seeing them again in person when you talk every single day. So yeah. And
it's just awesome.
What was that?
I bet the energy is just awesome.
Oh yeah. No, it for sure is. It's just like, I don't know. I think you see a lot of people getting out recently, getting out of the hobby, and makes me kind of just wonder what their community was like, because I feel like your success is much more, yes, it does come down to you, like as a breeder, but also comes down on who you surround yourself with. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but
I totally believe you are who you surround yourself with. It's like, that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, if you surround yourself with just people that are lazy, you're gonna end up being lazy. If you got people that are waking up and being like, all right, rise and grind, let's get it, got work to do, or look at this hard work I'm doing today, that's gonna inspire you to get up and go get your shit done.
yeah. Yeah. No.
Super important.
Super important. I think that's, maybe we'd have less people getting out if they surrounded themselves with, more of a community. And then it goes down to what we were kind of talking a little bit about, being kind of self-critical about yourself a little bit, or just having like the notion of like, you're here to learn and not quote unquote always be like a yes man, like all the time, to say yes to everything and just bat a blind eye, because that's not how the real world works, right? Like, you have to be in order to get better, right? If you're never self-reflected and know, oh, how can I change this? How can I change that? You're never going to move forward. So that's where yes man comes from.
Exactly. And if you're not growing, I don't want to be around you, because I don't want to be stagnant.
Yeah.
You're supposed to keep growing and learning and moving forward.
And some of it comes down to, some people do this full time, others it's more a hobby, but to me, that's not an excuse not to take this seriously.
Right.
I think, we want the animals to be number one, but I think you can still have like a business aspect, or be like, we're talking about self-critical in order to like improve, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of what else I want to say on my little soapbox there of community. And like, I don't know, like starting out, sure, I was really focused about trying to be friends with everybody, but now I'm just like, nah, I have my own little circle of people, and that's all I kind of need. Still be respectful, obviously, but like really lean on just a very few people. Yeah.
I'm friendly with everyone, but I am not friends with everyone.
Right.
To you. But that doesn't mean I'm going to tell you what I'm going through or what I'm doing.
Right. Yeah. I'm more of like the podcast, it makes it hard to be like secretive, because you guys know what's going on with like stress with work and moving and all that. But, my smaller group of friends kind of know a little bit more what's going on. And like, I owe it to them to kind of help push me to get better and better, and, become more positive and be successful, and not let the past kind of define you a little bit. And I don't know if I would be in that place if it wasn't for them, like encouraging me or being there for me.
Sometimes you just need that person that reminds you to fix your crown.
Yep. And that's my bro. Bros do that. But sometimes they're just like, psh, 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 psh.
Wake up, sis.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, just lights a little fire. I mean, you need that. That's what the community you need for. Otherwise, you're not gonna, like we're saying, you're not gonna get any better. Saying, let me see if there's any comments. Hey Marcus, what are you not changing, you are choosing? Okay, what you are not changing, you are choosing. Okay, I'm gonna have to ponder that for a little bit. It's interesting. Or improve 1% each time. Yep, because if you're not trying to improve, then like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Exotic A1, thanks for tapping in. Cool. I don't see any other questions. We'll kind of keep.
A1's been one since TikTok for me.
Oh, cool. That's cool. I think I've seen that name on TikTok, but yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to add on to community itself. I think those are kind of like the big parts of it. I think it's just important to choose, like we've been talking about, like-minded people. I mean, there's so much like negativity out there. You have to just kind of put the blinders on, and it's hard though. But I think unfollowing people helps kind of not have it in your feed, and so it's out of sight, out of mind a little bit better. So
I I agree. I've had to do some unfollowing lately. People just being mean to one of my friends, and I don't want to look at it because it gets me mad, and I don't want to be ugly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I talked about how to do in the group I was in. I just left it, and they reached out and was like, "Was everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's whatever." I mean, I kind of said my piece, and I can't be in the environment that bashes my friend like that. So,
You want to be negative and gross? Go do it over there. Stay away from me.
Yeah, West Coast. Yeah. Relatability MJ. Yeah, definitely shout out to I mean, I wouldn't, necessarily be here. I wouldn't be doing this if he didn't reach out and ask me to do it. We're coming up on a year. Yeah, it's a year this month. I've been
Dang, already?
doing this. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep. I have to look at the exact date, but I think it's like the end of this month is first year anniversary. So it's crazy ride.
Flown by.
I can, shout out to MJ and everything he's done for me. He's been one of the older brothers, I never had, but the show's done a lot for me. Allowed me to meet new people, gain skills I haven't learned, or better at public speaking, like we talked about. So
Yep, the Patreon's really been more of a close unit that I've had in a very long time. I've not felt that safe in a group of people in a very long time.
Yeah. As much because there is so much, I say beef like on the podcasting realm a little bit.
Everyone wants to be the best.
Yeah. I mean, when you're at a certain level, then I think people are just gonna attack you kind of no matter what. I know I
thick skin becomes important.
Yeah. No, you have to have. That's something I've kind of also developed over the course of this, is not reading too much into stuff, because otherwise, as we talked about psychologically, it kind of messes with you. But I think just not tearing other people down, just keep doing what we're doing, and the negativity is just gonna come, and just try to still put out the best content, have guests on, people with their experience come on, and talk about things is what is the best we can do. So yeah, cool. Trying to think of anything else before we wrap it up, because we're already at an hour and a half. So that's how I like to kind of keep. I mean, you've seen the show, but keep it an hour and a half. Yeah, you'll get locked onto that. I mean, it's a different language, so I mean, I wouldn't kind of rush it,
I've got simpler ones down, but there's a lot of stuff that looks the same to me.
Oh yeah, it is a foreign language, and now that you're in the chats, it will help. It will help a lot more seeing things. And I learned just playing on Morph Market a lot, just plugging combos in and seeing what they look like, because you can change stuff to where you only see that gene, then you can add other genes. And again, that's still hard because people miss ID things, I guess. True, but I don't know. It helped me starting out.
Trying to do the IDing thing with just looking at our hatchlings compared with mom and dad to try and see what is what, I guess. I'm trying.
It's difficult, and I think that also only comes with practice and time, making your own combos. Kind of heard from somewhere it helps not to go super crazy in combos in the beginning, because then you have a really hard time of IDing them. But if you start out with more simple, it depends on what you want to do, right? But the simpler combos can help you kind of learn. Fewer incomplete dominants can make it a little easier to learn too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think my first clutch, it was freaking 6 incomplete dominant clown to some banana incomplete. Man, it was rough IDing those things. I said, I was in Justin's Patreon at the time. I was like, hey, what are these? He's like, they're banana combos. Good luck,
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it hard. Lesson learned, so.
I'll get there eventually.
yeah, it just takes some time. So yeah.
No rush. That's his thing.
It is hard. I mean, in the beginning, I was like more into a rush. I think too. Now I'm much more like, okay, no, it's not like some sort of race. You can just do it at your own pace and just kind of because you get sucked in the beginning, like buying a lot of things. You feel like this kind of external pressure, like, oh, if you don't do this or do
You're
this, and
talking about this thing and you don't have it, and you want to relate. That's human nature.
yep, you're way behind. And yeah, no, you just go at your own pace and be successful no matter what.
Put your blinders on and just do
Yep.
what you want to do.
Yep, exactly. Well, perfect. Well, awesome episode. You did a great job. How do you feel? How do you feel wrapping up? Was it as scary as you thought? I'm losing my voice.
Not bad. My face just hurts from smiling.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate the opportunity to get on here and share. Definitely not expect it.
Oh no, it was great. It was great. Yeah, it was. You could definitely see the passion that you have, the hard work that you have, the care that you have for the animals. That you want them to good homes. You know, even the rats, making sure they're taken care of. And yeah, you're always you're always happy, cheering the chats, and it kind of helps put me in a good mood for the rest of the day seeing those. And so I thought that would be our kind of main discussion or part of the discussion tonight was the community, because I think it's so important to join, whoever you kind of gel with, but somebody who will help you be successful too.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Well, it made me feel good. Thank you. I try and spread love and light everywhere I go.
Yep. No, you can definitely feel that personality through the show. So yeah, he did fantastic. Bring up some of the comments since you can't see them. Wendy, great job. So cool. Aurora, yep. Eric, thanks for commenting, guys. West Coast, yeah, just stick up. You don't need to tear other people down, but definitely stick up for your friends. I think is the memo. Just keep doing what you're doing and not focusing on the negative is the food for thought there. Let me see. Finish up any other comments. Yeah, no, you're good. I know it's late over there in Sweden. I always appreciate you tapping in. So yeah, this is always up for people to listen to. How can I know we'll put your links in the description, but how else can people like follow you, contact you, all of that?
Instagram. We do have a TikTok. I don't really mess with it much anymore. Occasionally I'll get on there and throw a video up. And we do a little bit of Facebook, but not all the time. I need to do better about that.
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah.
I try to get it all linked together so it can just go together, and it doesn't work all the time.
Yep. And you guys are on MORPH Market, so people can follow there.
Market, all that in our link tree.
Okay. Perfect. You guys will have a lot of production this year, so be excited to see them hatch out and see what you guys make. So excited for you guys.
Thank you.
All right, cool. With that, I'll put the little thumbnail on. I'll catch you guys back here next week. I have some recording episodes I did today that will come out in the next, couple weeks as I'm moving and trying to go home and see family before I move out. So alrighty, put this up. All right, gee.